Anthony Slater here with Darnell Mayberry at the AT&T Center for the Thunder postgame report presented by Bob Moore Ford. Another game in the series means another blowout, and since this one was in San Antonio, a big Spurs win. 117-89 was really a lot like games 1 and 2, even though Serge Ibaka was here.
Yeah, I thought it was a lot like Game 2, where the Thunder came out, had a pretty solid first quarter. The defense wasn't really there tonight, but it was 32-32 after one quarter. The Thunder even had a 7-point lead inside the final 3 minutes of that period. Then it got away. The Spurs went on a 13-6 run to close the quarter, tied the score at 32, and then the wheels fell off. I mean, the Spurs go on this big run. It's a 10-point lead at halftime, and it's only 10 because Russell Westbrook hits a deep three-pointer with 0.4 seconds left, and then, it's out of hand. But I thought this was a lot like Game 2, but, the Thunder just didn't have enough to play well for 48 minutes tonight.
I'd say unlike Game 2, though, I thought the Stars were all right. While the game was still, the final box score may not, represent it, but when the game was still in hand, Russell Westbrook was having a pretty good game. Durant was getting his points. They just didn't really get help elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, they combined for 46 points. When Scott Brooks called off the dogs, there weren't many dogs tonight, but when he pulled KD and Westbrook, it was about 8 minutes and 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The Thunder was down 25 points. They had 76 points. KD and Russell had 46 of those points, so everyone else at that point had only contributed 30 points. So to me, they needed more help. Reggie Jackson had 11 points, made his first 5 shots in the first quarter, didn't score again. He missed his last 5 shots. And, I thought he played well, considering the ankle. He came in with the bad ankle, so he had a great start to the first quarter, but, he had to keep up that effort, and I just don't think they got much from everyone else tonight.
And it's kind of the opposite on the San Antonio end. When the Spurs play good, everyone plays good. Manu Ginobili was great tonight. 19 points in 21 minutes plus 6 assists. He was huge. Tim Duncan had another one of those flashback 22-10 type games. They just got it from everywhere.
Yeah, and Manu Ginobili has really torched them in this series. I know you wrote about that for Friday's paper. They don't have an answer for Manu Ginobili, and we talked about the 6 men coming into this series, Reggie Jackson and Manu Ginobili. Well, now they had to start Reggie Jackson because Thabo Sefolosha wasn't giving him much, and that really eliminated a lot of the production that they've got coming off the bench. Caron Butler didn't do much of anything offensively tonight. Derek Fisher struggled offensively tonight, so they don't have much more coming off the bench now that Reggie Jackson's in the starting lineup. So the Thunder's got to figure out how to get some production from their second unit as this series goes on.
This puts the Thunder in a little bit of a precarious situation. You go home for Game 6, obviously a must-win. It's an elimination game. And then if you can pull that one out, you would go back on the road back here Monday night, I believe, for Game 7. Who do you see winning Game 6, and who do you see winning this series?
You got to go with the home team at this point, right? Every team that's played at home has really controlled the series, controlled those games. So to me, I like the Thunder in Game 6. The crowd for an elimination game, it's going to be rocking inside Chesapeake Energy Arena. Kevin Durant has had huge Game 6s in this series and in these playoffs thus far. He did in the Memphis series. He did in the Clippers series. So another Game 6, I expect another dominant performance from Kevin Durant.
For sure. That'll do it for us here for the best Thunder coverage team anywhere. Stay tuned to newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.